we just put up the timeline again just to show you where we are in our process. But really, I wanted to express my thanks to all of those who submitted names, our principals, our school sites, our communities, and executive staff, and all the other staff that have worked, tirelessly to try to fill these committees with appropriate representation. And I just wanted to say thank you for that effort, because it really means a lot to us that we have participation in these areas, and then we will also be reviewing the representation in those areas to make certain that we have appropriate representation across the district for schools that perhaps do not yet have representatives on those committees. We will make certain to work hard with them to identify people that can participate in this process. So I just wanted to extend my thanks, and also to thank DeYoung for their hard work in facilitating this whole process for the district and working with each of the areas and meeting with them night after night for weeks on end. We have about 10, 11 meetings to run this year in each planning area, and so we do appreciate their work. And with that, we'll take any questions or comments.
Thank you very much. I'm sure we all have a million questions, but might there be comments you'd like to make?
I just have a comment. I have never been a big fan of something like this, because I'm not that type of a person, but I had a question to ask of Carrie about facilities, and it was defining what facilities were at the different schools. And fortunately, Carrie had that information because she was doing something like this, because she has now turned me into a believer. You do need to have this at your fingertips on the computer so that when the question comes, you can answer it. And thank you so much for having me.
John, it's a quick question. Mr. Chairman, just a real quick question. Bill, I know I sit on that committee along with John, but I noticed when you made the presentation tonight, you talked about the exterior, interior of facilities. Is there going to be work as well on the infrastructures of these schools? Plumbing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Electrical, mechanical, everything.
A couple quick questions. How are we ensuring that the community around the schools is notified about these community meetings so that we can get as full a participation as possible?
It's a good question. Each of the 7 area planning committees is forming a subcommittee on publicity and communications, and they're going through, and we've laid out a whole series of strategies with them. We're doing that right now, okay, about what works as far as trying to reach the local community. They're going through in their own respective areas and coming up for their unique areas of the city or the school district as far as what strategies work. So there will be an entire publicity thing that will include everything from flyers sent home with kids, stuffers in grocery bags, telephone calls, telephone trees. There's going to be a grassroots campaign to get people out for the community dialogues.
Isn't the next community dialogue, maybe I'm looking at the wrong calendar, isn't there a meeting for Area E on Thursday?
That's just for the area planning committee.
Okay.
That's the first area planning committee meeting. The dialogue is scheduled for around the latter part of November, first part of December.
Okay. And then my other question is, are all teachers at all the sites being given this survey?
What we're going to do on the survey itself is that what we're going to do is, first of all, it's important, I think, for people to participate in the community dialogues, because I think that information is exchanged and they wind up hearing from each other. At the same time, what we're going to be doing is launching a website that also has the community dialogue, all the questionnaires, so any teachers that don't choose to participate in the dialogues themselves will be able to go online and participate in completing the questionnaires.
So if you're a teacher and you want to have your input into the facilities, you need to go to a website, or you need to participate in one of these community dialogues?
There's 3 different levels here. One is there are teachers that are on the area planning committees. There's the community dialogues. There's the websites, okay? And then the 4th thing will be is that right around the 1st of January, we're also going to be forming 3 more committees that are going to be what we call educational specifications committees that will work on the specifications for elementary, middle schools, and high schools, and those will also include teachers.
Have we sent out a survey, though, already that's a questionnaire about facilities to anyone in the district?
Not yet.
Other questions or comments? Mr. Steinhauser.
Yes, Mr. President, I just want to take this opportunity also to commend Carrie and her staff. I've worked in this district for 25 years, and this is the most comprehensive study facility plan that I've been involved in. And it's the perfect time because as we are in the declining enrollment states, we can take some time to breathe and to really do an excellent job of planning for the future. And I had the opportunity last night to go to the Lakewood presentation for a little bit, and also to the Jordan community, the planning committee. And as was stated, the folks are already breaking into subcommittees to plan how they're going to get people out for the community dialogue. So you're doing an outstanding job, and it's been a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot of work, but the product is going to be excellent to help us in the future.
I would just say this, is that I encourage you also to contact maybe some of your colleagues in some of the other districts that we worked in, just to see what kinds of things come out and how it helps position the board in order to understand what a plan might actually be at the end, and feel comfortable with making sure that you're making the right decisions.
Yeah, Bill, I just wanted to add that I did serve on the facilities update for Long Beach City College, and that was a fairly comprehensive and thorough facilities master plan. And sitting with this group, it is indeed comprehensive, and I want to commend you as well.
Okay, thank you.
I look forward to seeing the survey. One of the things that I'm concerned about is with the survey, you can often do things, you can kind of direct things the way that you want to go sometimes. And I just hope that we're leaving as many different options on the table. For instance, if I create a survey saying, what are the things that you would like to see built at the school, but I have 5 options and they're all the options that I want to see created, then, I've given the appearance of getting community input, but I haven't really given, you might have half the teachers at a site who are saying, well, actually, we would like to see this 6th option as well.
I think you'd be very pleased.
Okay, terrific.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks again, folks. We'll move on now to
or lack of